introduced herself to you, you exchanged conversation, she asked questions to see, to learn more about you, and then at the end she was like, here's my card, let's keep in contact. How does that sound, right? JC scenario 2 seems really nice. And I've chatted with her before and she is really nice, so thank you, JC. So keep those JC1 and JC2 scenarios kind of in the back of your mind. Buy my produce versus, hi, how are you doing today? Okay. Now, how, from that scenario, do we write captions that convert? Because if we want to grow our revenue through social media, we need to make our captions work for us and not against us. So some things we're going to need. The main objective of your caption needs to be creating that connection. Then we're going to focus on telling a story. And we want to have a feed with diversity. We don't want to have every single post say, buy my produce, buy my produce, buy my pumpkins, buy my tomatoes. Let's give some diversity. So, I love good examples, so we're going to share a few. Here's one from Sandy's Pie Shop. We'll be at the OSU OKC Farmers Market this Saturday. Come and see us. It seems fun, right? We got on Facebook. We used a fun background. We used exclamation marks. However, what is Sandy doing at the farmers market? And one more, why should we go? And I know a lot of you are thinking, I don't need to explain what I'm doing at the farmers market because if they're following me, they know that I always sell pies at the farmers market. That's true. However, let's remember that social media is social. So maybe you have a follower that's going to hit the share button at the bottom of that post so they can share it with their followers because they love your pies. But then their followers see it and they say, who's Sandy? And what is she going to do at the farmer's market? And it doesn't mean anything. And you want to caption that converts so when you do have someone sharing your post, everyone else who sees it can actually understand what your purpose is. So, Sandy's going to try it again. So instead it's going to be, I introduced to you my Lulu's lemonade pie. I was inspired to make this pie by my daughter, Lulu. When she was little, she loved setting up a lemonade stand. One year, she asked me to help her come up with a new idea for Lulu's lemonade, and Lulu's lemonade pie was born. The pie is like a cup of lemonade, only better because you can eat it with a fork. We'll be at the OSU OKC Farmers Market this Saturday from 8 a.m. to noon, and we'd love to serve you a slice of lemonade pie. Before I go, I have to ask, did you ever have a lemonade stand? Does that feel a little bit different? Okay, so we created connection, right? Everybody knows a lemonade stand. They either had one when they were little, or they've spent $5 buying a cup of lemonade from a little kid they couldn't resist, right? We told a story. She told a little snippet about her daughter, Lulu. And now I feel more connected to Sandy, and I can't wait to meet her daughter, Lulu, because she sounds like she's super cute, right? And then we ended it with a call to action. So we don't want to just stop with providing fun info and a little story, but you want to have a bigger engagement rate. And how do you do that? By getting more likes and comments on your post. So by asking such a simple question, because your follower can answer yes. Some followers will give you a whole paragraph about their experience with the lemonade stand because they like to talk about themselves. Such a great way for you to get some great engagement on your post. Okay, social media ads. Has anyone raised your hand tried to create social media ads on Facebook before? Handful. Okay. Probably the most frequently asked question I get when it comes to social media ads is, but Lindsay, how much is this going to cost? You know, I don't have any money. I'm really tight. I don't think I want to do this. You guys want the answer? There is no magic answer. It's going to be different for everyone. But to get started, let's learn a little bit more about how to tell if our ad is successful, because then we know if it's worth really investing in. So, terms to know. CPL is cost per lead. What is that? It's going to be the total marketing spend divided by your new marketing leads. And EPL is your earnings per lead, and that's going to be the revenue from the promotion divided by the numbers of leads that went through. Kind of confusing, right? So again, let's bring in another scenario to make it a bit easier to understand. Let's say that you own a wedding venue, and this wedding venue rents for $1,000 a day. You really want to boost that spring calendar, so you decide you're going to invest $500. Sounds a little bit steep, right? Into Facebook ads. However, at the end of this promotion, you gained 10 new leads. So that means 10 people decided to book with you. So your CPL is going to be your $500 investment divided by those 10 leads. So you did pay $50 for each new customer. But you made $10,000 because you're renting it for $1,000 and you had those 10 new customers. And if you divide that by 10, you're going to get $1,000. And I don't know about you, but I would spend $50 to make $1,000 any day of the week, right? Now, before we get all excited and start wanting to spend $500 on Facebook ads, let's learn a little bit more about them. You're going to need to be patient because the chances are that you're going to need to test, evaluate, and adjust, right? Go back to that. A few new ads before they become successful. You're going to have to learn from that process. You're going to need to know your audience, right? Because if you know and can answer those questions about your audience, you're going to be able to create an ad that really speaks to them. And your good return of investment is going to depend on your business. What's your offer? Are you talking to a warm or cold audience? So, a few things that you're going to need in order to make the most out of a Facebook ad. A business page. If you do not currently have a business page and you're running promotions for your business on your personal page, you cannot do a Facebook ad on a personal page. So I highly suggest switching that over as soon as you can. You're going to need a website because if you're going to have an offer, you're going to need to send them somewhere to purchase that offer. You're going to need an email list because you want to be able to capture everything that's coming in from your promotion. One quick poke here is Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, you are renting that space. You never know if one day one of those things, one of those social sites is going to disappear because you don't own it. If that happens today, would you still be able to reach your customers? Okay, email list is huge, the newsletter. And then you're going to need an offer that converts. So are you selling something immediately? Are they booking that wedding interview or venue? How do you know what was successful during your promotion? And then knowing your audience. I'm going to keep saying it. And again, a budget because you want to test a few things before you can figure out what will really work for you. So best practices. What do we say, right? We want to make sure whatever our caption is, it's really pulling people in. So we want to be able to get the problem, what their problem is, their agitation, kind of poke at them a little bit to really drive in that problem that they have. And then what is your solution? Like how can you fix it for them? So another example of what a great caption would be for an ad for a wedding venue, staying in theme. Can't find the perfect wedding venue? All you need is a beautiful barn, enough space for 150 people, a place for your grandma to stay, and a llama. Is that really too much to ask? We don't think so, and we can provide all that and more without crushing your wedding budget. No lie, this is a real example of a right that we have. But when you read that, does it make you feel like, oh gosh, if they can do that, they can really help me? Like that makes you want to learn more about who this wedding venue is. However, you can spend all this time creating the perfect caption, and your photo is just a little bit blurry, but you want to go ahead and run your ads. You don't really take too much time to figure, have a photographer come out. It's fine. It's not fine. Because that visual, that video, that image, that is what they have to see first before they're going to pause to actually read the caption. And then test. Everybody,
Test,
Evaluate,
and adjust.
Okay, we're learning. Okay, opportunities. So what are some things that we miss sometimes when we're doing Facebook ads? Sorry, the pink is a little hard to read up here. Giving up too quickly. With any Facebook ad, you need to wait at least 72 hours before you're going to get a really good test of the results from the promotion. Your mindset. Test, test, test. Evaluate, 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 and adjust. Building trust. If you just opened your Facebook business page for your business, you don't want to just start doing ads immediately. You want to start building trust. You want to start really giving advice and getting feedback, and people are engaging with you before you start really trying to pound and sell them something. So you need to really get a piece of who you are before they want to buy it. And then boosting without a clear goal. I know it's so common, like, oh, I got a great picture, let me put $50 on that so I can boost it and more people can see it. And then all of a sudden we keep boosting things, but we have no strategy or no plan. And was it really worth it? We want to really make sure that our dollars are working for us when it comes to Facebook. And too much excitement. So you've tested, you've evaluated, and you've adjusted, and you finally have a promotion that's working. And so you get so excited and you immediately want to go in and say,